Okay, here we go. This is Biology 2401, Fall 2020. This is part one in talking about chapter one of the textbook. Now, the purpose of these little videos and such is just to give you yet another way to remember the material that we'll be dealing with. I make these things pretty much in the backyard, and so therefore if you hear odd noises, it's wind chimes and dogs and things like that. So sorry about the distractions and such. What I'm going to do is to show you a page right here of graffiti, what I call graffiti, stuff I would have put up on the chalkboard or the whiteboard if we had been in class together. So normally this is the stuff that I would scribble on the board, and it would give me a kind of a way of keeping on track. Now, to be of service to you, what I've done is I've taken what I normally say while I'm going through this, and I put it together as general practice questions, which you'll find for each one of the chapters. So this is going to be dealing with chapter one, general practice questions. And you might recall that on the website, you'll be able to see, if this is possible, yes, you'll be able to see questions with answers directly across from them. And so this is the most important information from chapter one for the sake of a test or anything along that line. The purpose of the video is not to replace a lecture or to replace reading the book or doing any kind of work on your own. It's just to be another enhancement. So here we go. We'll start off with the idea that we're talking about anatomy and physiology. So we have the two words here, anatomy and physiology. We like to tear words apart. So anatomy is ana and tome. Ana means apart, tome means to cut. Now, the practical definition of anatomy is the study of the structures of the body. So it's kind of strange that they have a name that means to cut something apart. Well, you have to stop to consider that if you want to look at the structures of the body, on the outside of the body, things are pretty obvious. But if you want to see inside the body, you have to find a hole of some sort, a natural hole of some sort. And so there's nose and mouth and ears and a few other places that you can look and see as far as you can. But then there's always going to be a kind of a wall. So to see those parts of the body that you can't access from the outside, once upon a time, it was necessary to cut the body apart. So dissections used to be extremely important to be able to see inside the body. Now we have non-invasive techniques such as x-rays and PET scans, sonograms and such like that. So the word itself is not exactly accurate anymore, but it reflects us back to an earlier time. We do like to point out that every time you learn a word and you learn its origin, you learn a lot of things about the rest of your language. For example, tome means to cut. So therefore, if you go to the doctor and they say something about, well, you'll need a tonsillectomy. Well, tonsillectomy, ek means out, tome means cut. So they're not just going to treat it, they're going to cut it out. And you can probably think of a wide variety of other operations that have ectomy inside. Ana means apart, so therefore in words like analysis, lysis means to break, and so therefore you break an idea apart and you analyze it. So again, building vocabulary is an extremely important part of this course because you have a lot of words you're going to run into. Now, the other term that we're talking about is going to be physiology, and physiology refers to the study of not the structures, but the functions of the body. In tearing it apart, ology means study of, and physio means nature. So therefore, originally, physics and physiology dealt with the nature of things. And in this case right here, we now say it means the functions of the body. So these are the structures of the body, studying the structures of the body, studying the functions of a body. Let's go ahead and look at subdivisions of anatomy. There's gross anatomy, also known as macroscopic anatomy, and then there's microbiology. Now, in gross or macroscopic anatomy, what you have are things that are large enough to see without the use of a microscope. So if you have to use a microscope, that's micro anatomy or microscopic anatomy. But without it,